A sister on TikTok wants us to know this. Check it out.
If your kid is the only black kid in the school, in the class, in the neighborhood, that is not a neighborhood for that child. That is a neighborhood for you.
So as you heard and saw her say, if your kid is the only black kid in the school or in the neighborhood, that is not for that child. That is for you. And I totally agree with her. And I always say that when I especially hear black parents brag about, oh, how their child is going to an all-white school or we live in an all-white neighborhood. And I'm like, is that supposed to be a flex? Is that supposed to be good? Because why would you want your black child to be the only one in that school or that neighborhood? We know and we've heard a copious amount of stories of people who were the only black in anywhere going through all that you can think of bad around those folks, right? Because when your child is the only black, let's just say in that school, they're going to be reminded every day that they are the only black there. They're going to be reminded about how they don't belong there. Now, a lot of times it won't be obvious, like, hey, you don't belong here. But in a lot of cases, it will be, right? And so you are bragging about your child being the only black at a school for you, like that sister said, because you're not there every day as that child is being tormented and called names, and whether it's overt or covert racism from the teacher, the admin, the student, you're not there. You only get to hear about the stories when they come home, if indeed they even tell you about those stories, because a lot of times those black children do not want to disappoint their parents, who have probably ran all around town and all through the family reunions talking about how we live in a white neighborhood, how our child is the only black at the white school, and they're just, so they don't want to disappoint you. So they say, you know what, I'm going to just tough it out. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm not going to tell my parents of how I am harassed and a whole bunch of other stuff day in and day out, because my parents feel a sense of pride that I am being tortured there. And so she's right. That ain't for the kid. Yeah, the kid might get a better education academically, but what is a good education if they are destroyed emotionally and mentally? It's a shame that some black parents would rather trade off the well-being of their children for bragging rights. To say that our children live in a white neighborhood and it's exclusive, that anybody can't come behind the gates. No, I just have to throw that in there. But for real, that's not a flex. And if you just so happen to live in a neighborhood that the school is all white, okay, I get that. But some people purposely move to those neighborhoods so they can say that. It wouldn't be me. I wouldn't want my black child to be around all of nobody that don't look like her. So anyway, y'all tell me what you think of that. And for more insightful commentary, please subscribe to this channel and my channel, The Demetra Kaye Show, here on YouTube.